Absinthe has been a taboo spirit for a long time, and then there's all the different ways of serving it. Today, we'll tackle all of that, go through the history, show you a few classic serves. Then, we'll also make 2 cocktails with absinthe as a main player, a highball and a shaken cocktail. If you're already subscribed, skip this part, and if you're not, hop down, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Now if you're ready, let's release the Green Fairy. It's cocktail time. I mentioned the Green Fairy before the intro, so let's start with that. And does absinthe really make you hallucinate? You tell them.
Yes!
In all seriousness, no, or at least not any more than any other alcohol, so that's just a myth. But where does it come from? Absinthe is liqueur flavored with different herbs, mainly fennel, anise, and a type of wormwood called Artemisia absinthium. That's what it's named after. And like we already covered in the Dangerous Ingredients episode, wormwood contains toujon. We don't need crazy amounts of that to get close to hallucinating. That didn't stop bohemian artists and writers in 19th century Paris from reporting psychedelic, mind-altering effects after enjoying absinthe. At the turn of the 20th century, it first got banned in Switzerland after what is known as the Absinthe Murders. I'll let you research that on your own, if you want. And many other countries soon followed. After research into toujon and its amounts, the EU lifted the ban in 1998. The US took 9 more years, and there are still strict conditions on how much toujon absinthe can contain. So now, let's get into the fun stuff, serving and enjoying absinthe, before we get to the 2 modern ways of making an absinthe cocktail. Let's first check out the almost ritualistic styles of serve that are synonymous with absinthe and its early use. So for this one, known as the French method of the absinthe drip cocktail, you'll need an absinthe glass, absinthe spoon, and most importantly, the absinthe fountain. Due to the strength and bitterness of absinthe, it's traditionally diluted and sweetened before drinking. Originally, a bartender would serve a measure of absinthe, a carafe of iced water, and sugar separately, so the patron would make his drink as he liked it. As it gained in popularity, the absinthe fountains also became popular. As far as these fountains go, this one is pretty small, so it's perfect for a small gathering. If you'd like a little flair to your next cocktail party, I'll leave a link to this fountain in the description and the pinned comment. Start by pouring absinthe into the glass. I'm adding 1 ounce or 30 ml of French absinthe. Pernod is proud to say they had France's first absinthe distillery, so can't go wrong with this. Some absinthe glasses were made with a large bulge at the bottom, to make it easier to always pour the same amount for serving. Then rest a slotted absinthe spoon across the top of the glass and place a sugar cube on the spoon. Place the glass with the sugar cube under a spout of the absinthe fountain. Fill with ice cold water and slowly drip the water over the sugar. This will dissolve the sugar and drip into the glass and the absinthe. Traditionally, the same amount of water is added as absinthe, but full-strength absinthe requires more dilution. A ratio between 3:1 and 5:1 is usually good. Due to the oils in the absinthe, it will turn milky white, known as the Laucke effect. Use a spoon to stir the drink and that's it. It's said by absinthe purists that a slow drip-by-drip dilution of absinthe is essential to its flavor, so I'll compare it to a version made by simply pouring together all the ingredients in a chilled highball glass. No special process here. Fill the glass with ice, then start with 1 ounce or 30 ml of French absinthe, followed by 1/4 ounce or 7.5 ml of rich simple syrup. In place of the sugar cube, for dilution, let's add 3 ounces or 90 ml of ice cold water. Stir with a bar spoon, add some more ice if needed, and that's it. No garnish on the original, so let's keep it like that here as well. They both look milky, with the fast pour being a bit less lushy because of dilution and ice. On the aroma, the drip method has plenty of anise and fennel, and that's what you get on the taste as well. It's not too sweet and has a nice herbal richness. The faster version has a less strong aroma, but it's a bit fresher due to the ice in the glass. Still enough sweetness and herbal notes of anise, fennel and wormwood. So it's really more about the presentation than anything else, and I have to say, this looks very cool. You could make the second cocktail with carbonated water as well, and we'll look at the version of that a bit later on. Now let's look at another special serve, this one from Czech, known as the Fire Ritual. Not as old as the French version, but it's just as eye-catching, because we'll be flaming the sugar cube. And since I don't have a Czech-style absinthe, I'll just use the French kind, Sour France and Czech. This serve was probably adapted from Café Brûlot, a traditional coffee drink that calls for igniting a sugar cube soaked with brandy. Please be careful if you try this, as things can go wrong in a lot of ways when working with high-proof spirits and alcohol. Better yet, don't attempt this. This time I'm starting by placing the absinthe spoon and the sugar cube on top of the glass. Then I'll pour the absinthe over the sugar cube and into the glass. 1 ounce or 30 ml will be plenty to saturate the sugar cube with the absinthe, which will make it possible to set it on fire. This will cause it to bubble and caramelize slowly. In normal lighting, the blue flame can be hard to see, which is why you have to be extra careful. Once the flame has died down, pour 2 ounces or 60 ml of ice cold water over the sugar cube and into the absinthe. Then stir everything to dissolve the sugar and mix the ingredients. That's it. Let's give it a try and compare it to the original. The Czech version ended up with being slightly warmer, with subtle caramelized notes, but it's still an absinthe cocktail in its core. Plenty of herbal notes of anise, fennel and wormwood. And now, let's make 2 more versions, so that we can say that we tried all different absinthe serves and see which one's the best. Starting with a variation of what the Dead Rabbit Drinks manual for 2015 calls the Swiss style. I'll be using this clarified orgeat almond syrup that I made a few months ago. I'll link the episode below. But with the louche effect, you can of course go with the classic version as well. And if you don't have it yet, you know where to get the best store-bought version. Library & Co's orgeat starts with whole almonds that are blanched and roasted to bring out deep toasted nut flavors. To that they add cane sugar, orange blossom, and a touch of bitter almond oil for a distinct marzipan note. We've got a shaken version coming up next, but now let's make the Swiss-style Absinthe Highball cocktail. To make it, I'll use absinthe, a clarified version of orgeat, saline solution, and soda water with a mint garnish. Start with a chill highball glass with tempered clear ice spheres, and pour in 1 ounce or 30 ml of absinthe. Next, half that amount, half an ounce or 50 ml of the already mentioned clear orgeat. To boost the flavor, let's add 2 drops of 20% saline solution. Now top up our Swiss absinthe cocktail with 4 ounces or 120 ml of soda water. Using a scale is a nice hack, so you add exactly 120 grams. Gently stir with a bar spoon to mix everything, and you can really see the louche effect in action again. Now let's garnish it with a mint sprig. Spank it on the side of the glass, place it in the drink, and that's it. Cheers! A nice minty freshness pairs nicely with the anise notes of absinthe, but the flavor of this cocktail takes me back to my childhood when I loved the candy called Bryne, a sort of traditional toffees with herbal extracts that everyone's grandma always had on hand. So yeah, this one might just be the winner. But to be thorough, let's make a shaken version as well. Listed simply as the Absinthe Cocktail on Difford's guide, it has the same ingredients as we already used, but of course, we'll also add some saline solution. This time we're starting with a chilled shaker, into which I'm adding 1 ounce or 30 ml of absinthe. Next, not something you'd usually add into a shaken cocktail, because you'd get it from melting ice, but add 2.5 ounce or 75 ml of chilled water. And for sweetness, 1/4 ounce or 7.5 ml of rich simple syrup. Add ice and give the cocktail a quick shake. Grab a coupe glass shaker from the freezer and double strain the cocktail before adding the garnish, a single mint leaf. Spank it to release the essential oils. Place it on top of the cocktail and that's it. Cheers, again. Aroma similar to the highball, thanks to the mint leaf, but of all the cocktails, this one is the most airy, diluted and balanced, almost surprisingly so. With that we made it to the end of the gauntlet, and the bottom of the glass. Which one's the best? For presentation, the French drip method. For taste, I have to go with the shaken version. So now you know what to make for yourself. If you need a special occasion, wait for March 5th. That's known as Absinthe Day, because it was on March 5th, 2007, that the absinthe ban was lifted in the US after 95 years. Mark your calendars, and if you want to know more about historic cocktails, check out this playlist. And I'll see you next week, friends of cocktails.